And going back to our team coverage of the new revelations about the killing of Karon Blake, the 13-year-old gunned down by a D.C. employee this month, the arrest warrant affidavit painting new details and prompting more questions about the case ahead. D.C. News Now's Ben Dennis joins us live in the newsroom. And Ben, what might we expect in the courtroom?
Hey there, Mark. It's this 31-page affidavit that unearths clues of what arguments may be heard in the pending case. And as we heard just today, the judge had said that she believes that the prosecution will likely win given the video evidence shared in this shooting. It's not typical for a judge to come out that blatantly this early in a homicide investigation. Not to forget, the American court system says everyone is innocent until proven guilty. We're again looking at stills leading up to the shooting of Karon Blake. A group of teens seen here looking into vehicles in Northeast D.C. on Quincy Street, pointing flashlights inside those cars. Noises that prompted Jason Lewis to go outside. And the affidavit indicates Blake nor the others breaking into cars had physically threatened Lewis, nor did Lewis know if they were armed. Some takeaways in court. The judge again said there was no basis that Lewis had reasonable fear. He was the first aggressor, she added, and he loses the right to self-defense. Again, after seeing video evidence. The judge also said that video shows Karon Blake never came on Lewis's property, adding that Lewis could have just walked inside his own home. The defense pointed out that Lewis performed CPR and he has no criminal history, and he's a community man. And one D.C. attorney told me it's what's seen in the video evidence that may be critical to how court arguments play out.
Previously, there was some murmuring amongst the community about whether or not there may have been a legitimate self-defense claim. Now, it doesn't mean that the defense may not still raise a self-defense claim. Whether or not a jury finds that credible, or, if there's a plea in this case, we won't know.
The defense had made a point that their client he's a family man, he's a community man, he has no criminal history. Why might defense bring that up in front of a judge?
The background of the suspect or defendant is important, and it's also considered for penalty purposes, right, in terms of the recommendations of sentencing.
Trial attorney Deanna Maria Lewis, who we just heard from, talked about the timeline here, saying that the case could wrap up quicker if a plea deal is ultimately made. But if this goes to trial, it could take an upwards of 1 year until we see a resolution. We're told that Jason Lewis is due back in court February the 13th. In the newsroom, Ben Dennis, D.C. News Now.